everyone, and welcome to Special Needs Supermums TV that supports, uplifts, inspires, and empowers mums of children with special needs. I am Kylie Stratton, mother of four, two children with special needs, published author, inspirational speaker, life coach, mentor, TV host, and producer. I would like to introduce our guest, Ronnie Bembo, from the Carers Foundation. Welcome, Ronnie, to
Hi,
Special
Kylie.
Needs
Thank you.
Supermums TV.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on the show today. So, what is the Carers Foundation?
Okay, so the Carers Foundation is a registered charity. So we're a DGR1 charity, so it's a fully tax-deductible charity. And it's basically been set up to provide respite or more just wellness programs for carers to come to. So really we're advocating for carers in the community. So that's why we've set it up to we actively fundraise to provide these wellness programs for carers. And so that carers in need don't have to pay anything to come.
That is awesome. There's massive need for that.
There
So-
is, that's for sure.
What do you do?
Okay, so we provide health restoration programs for carers that are like really at the end of their tether. They're at breaking point. You know, as we know, most carers, they spend all their time looking after everybody else, and it's a well-known documented fact that, you know, the carers' health is the worst in Australia in any group. So I've identified that, and that's what we do. We basically, fundraise so that we can provide these breaks for carers, because, you know, there's actually no funding for the actual carer to get away and to look after themselves. So that's what we do. I'm very passionate about that, and that's what I spend all my time. And we also look after young carers, you know, from the ages of 13. So I'm particularly passionate about the younger carers, because they don't get a choice to be a carer. They just become a carer.
Yeah.
And it's very hard, you know, for them.
So, what are the carer retreats?
Okay, well, look, firstly, what we do is we try to identify carers and get organisations to identify carers in the community that are really, really stressed and not coping. So what happens is we offer 3-day, 2-night retreats.
Yep.
So when the carers come here, we do a lot of wellness, inspiration programs for them. We focus on their mental and their physical well-being. So we really, they just don't get to look after themselves, as you know.
Yeah.
So we provide a place for them to come where they can actually be nurtured for a change. They be with other carers in similar situations so they can problem solve. So we just do small, intimate groups. So we would have groups with, mums of children with special needs, so they can actually problem solve and they can identify services that are working, services that are not working, and that's a huge bonus, because it's so challenging, you know, and a lot of the time, you know, mums are on their own and they don't know what to do or where to go or what's working, or they're lost in the system.
Yeah.
And it's just a great place where they can just, you know, be in this beautiful nature, have some peace and quiet, and it's time to heal really, and to restore their mental and their physical well-being. So we
take care of themselves.
Yeah, we take care of them for a change.
Yeah.
So who cares for the carer? Nobody.
Yeah.
So we basically do that. They'll have massages, they'll have natural therapy. We do workshops for them to teach about, you know, self-care. We do lovely meditations so that they can actually rest their mind and just basically restore their body. And I guess the best outcome is the new connections they make, because obviously being a carer can be very, very isolating.
Yeah.
You lose all your friends, your family, you know, external family don't understand, your friends don't understand, people just don't want to know about it, because it's quite confronting for a lot of people. So I guess the new connections are very powerful, and we've had a lot of my carers all phone back and say, look, you know, you've saved my life being coming here. I've made some great friends. We're lifelong friends. We've got people that actually understand and get what we go through. So yeah, that's what we do in a nutshell.
To have that support as well is so
it's
important.
just so necessary and so needed.
Because you can't do it on your own. You know, it takes a village. So
it does.
Yeah. So why did you start the Carers Foundation?
Okay. Why did I start it? Crazy woman that I am. My background, I'm actually a registered nurse. So I guess I've been caring all my life. I've had a really caring father, so all I knew was him caring for everybody, and then I went into nursing, so I was nursing for a long time, and then I was in the community, and I actually saw how tough carers did it. I just saw that they were broken, and they just, you know, I just think, oh my God, these poor people, you know. And then I guess they were broken. They were just broken. They didn't know what to do. They had no support. And then, so I just thought something has to be done about this. We have to, look after these people.
So you
And
saw a need, a massive
saw
need.
a huge need.
Yeah.
And I guess why I did it was because then I became a carer myself. So my husband actually had a near fatal accident in the surf, and he was paralysed from the neck down. So I cared for him while I had, 3 small children. I had to give up my work to look after him till he recovered. And then I had to run his business, look after the kids, look after him. And then, and then I thought, oh, well, I really want to do this for other people. But then we've got 4 sons, and one of our sons had a really chronic medical condition that nearly took his life. So obviously your priorities change. Your family become first.
Yeah.
And then that was a 7-year journey. He still struggles, but you just do what you do, and I've learnt a lot through that.
And how long were you taking care of your husband for?
Well, it's ongoing, but really, but look, critically, for the first 2 years he couldn't move. He had to regain. He was lucky he walked out of the acute care. Everybody else was quadriplegic, paraplegic, but he walked out and he had massive, had to regain all his strength. So probably 2 or 3 years for him to recover. Yes. Then my son got really sick.
So that's 10 years of
and then my dad was obviously old, had a stroke, so I nursed him until he passed away. So that was only 4 years ago. So when Dad did pass away, I thought, well, this is crazy. I've got to do this now.
Yeah.
If I don't do it now, I'll be the one needing care. So that's what I did. I actually then established the foundation. And I just knew there was a huge need for it to help other people. I've been there. I guess I went through that so that I knew exactly. I've been through mental health, I've been through, aged care, and I've been through disability with my husband. So I know how hard it is. I personally know how hard it is, and I know what carers actually go through.
That's what makes you so good at what you do.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so.
And that really, really helps, like when you can resonate.
And exactly. I know exactly where people are when they come here. I've been there. I know where they're at, and it's, you go through those cycles where you feel sorry for yourself, why me, woe is me, but you've just got to, find the tools to get on with it and just say, well, it's not about me, it's about, the other person getting on with it and just working around that, so.
That's right. Yeah. So what are you passionate about?
Oh, well, that's a big passion of mine. Obviously my boys, I'm passionate about my boys and my family, but at the end of the day, I guess I'm passionate about just making people feel good about themselves and seeing the difference we make.
Yeah.
I get that all the time. It just blows me away, and it makes my heart sing when I see the difference we make. When people have been out here, they arrive so stressed and under enormous pressure and depressed, and to the extent where they want to take their own lives and they can't cope, to bouncing out of here in day 3, just really happy and their health was restored and they've actually found themselves. So that's huge for me to see that. That's what makes my heart sing. That's my passion.
And I can feel your passion from here. So massive passion. I love your passion. It just oozes out of you. You're just like, shining light, a bright shining light of passion. So what is your mission?
Okay, we've got a pretty big mission. So at the moment we are running the programs. That we've been doing that successfully for the last 3 or 4 years since we've established the foundation. But our mission is to actually establish Australia's first wellness centre for carers, and that there's nothing like it in Australia at all. So really, we just leased this property and it's getting really run down. It's a beautiful place to do the retreats because it's so peaceful and quiet in nature and healing. But we need to get a new venue, and so therefore we need assistance to get that to happen. And I just wanted a place available for carers to come anytime they need to. So if they know they're not coping, I don't want them to wait. Well, they shouldn't. It's not me. They shouldn't have to wait till they are broken before they get help. They should know that there's a place for them to go to when they know they're not coping, so they can restore their health, and then they can go back and be the best carer they can be for that person. So that they're caring for. So that's
before it gets into
because then they break down, then the person they're caring for breaks. They've got to go
before
both go to
hospital.
Into
crisis.
It's just ridiculous. So to avoid that crisis situation, I just believe that if carers come here, they know they can come back in 6 months' time. That gives them that hope and that purpose, and know that they've got that coming up. And I've had carers here that haven't had a day off for 20 years, and that's the norm. or parents, children haven't
Yeah.
had a day, never ever had a day off. They can't get away. Who's going to mind their kids?
Yeah.
Like they just, it's not acceptable, and I think we have to advocate and do something about that. So there's lots of work to do.
Yeah.
And I'm fighting with
Massive.
government, and I'm fighting with a lot of people, but we'll
It's a
get
massive
there.
mission.
It's
Massive
huge.
mission.
It's huge, but we will get there, and we're on our way. And our word is getting out there because we're seeing there's people seeing the difference we're making with what we're doing.
Which is awesome. So what is your why?
I guess my why is, it's just all about a sense of community and people helping each other and people being kind to each other, I think. I just think people don't look after each other, like the old, where they used to, that it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
We've lost that,
Yeah.
and I guess my why is, well, why shouldn't we all help each other and
Exactly.
work together and work with other organisations like Maz from Rise Above It, work with other people that are doing similar things. It's only going to help and expand what we're doing and bring more joy to people. Collaboration's huge. I just think we should be all working together, not all separately.
Yeah.
And that's only going to benefit everybody, really. So we are, when people come here, we're actually they get real support by real people. That's a big thing that I've been saying for a long time. Everybody that actually is involved with the Carers Foundation, they've actually had a caring role at some stage. So, they know exactly what people are going through. They just can't say, oh, look, I feel for you,
Yeah. So they all have the understanding.
They actually know. They actually
Yeah.
got that compassion, that true compassion, the understanding.
That is so important.
It's really, really important, So, yeah, that's
What lights you up? What lights you up on the inside?
I guess,
same as your
well,
why.
besides my beautiful boys, who I'm so
Yeah.
fortunate to have, it's what lights me up is seeing the difference that we make
Yeah.
to people here.
Oh,
That
it would.
just gives me so much joy, and it does make my heart sing. It makes me a bit teary thinking about it, actually. But it does. We see, and especially the younger carers, to see them arrive just so, despondent, and they can't look at you and they can't
Yeah.
talk to anybody, and we know they've probably never had a kind word said to them in their life. They're from disadvantaged backgrounds.
So the person they walk in,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
arrive. The person that arrives to your carers retreat,
Yeah.
and then the person that leaves
Yeah.
your carers retreat 3 days later.
Totally different. That's what keeps us going, and that's what inspires us to see that. Everybody that actually volunteers here, they can't wait to come back to the next programs to see the change in these kids. And I've had parents ring me up after their kids have gone home and said, well, we don't know what you're doing out there, but my son hasn't spoken to me for 5 years. He's been so angry and resentful because he has to care for me, but he's actually hasn't shut up since he got home. And that's then you're doing the right thing when you get those that sort of
exactly.
feedback. And even service providers will ring us up and say, what are you doing out there? All the carers are coming to us saying, they want us to do what you do. So we know we make a difference, and that definitely is what lights me up on the inside, knowing that we actually are making a difference in the community. So
It's just amazing. So what do you
Yeah.
love most about what you do?
again, it rolls on from that. It's really seeing the difference we make
Yeah.
to people and the carers out here, of all ages. Like we'll get, especially the more mature carers, they're really difficult to get away. But when they do, they just can't believe it. And they say, they'll come out for a day. Sometimes we'll do day programs as well, so people can see what we do and see if they want to come back for the 3-day. And they go, oh wow, this is just, I never thought they have so much guilt because they've left their loved one. But when they come, they realise that they need to do it for them to make them
Yeah.
a better person,
Yeah.
and they need to just meet other people and get to know other people, so that when they leave, they've actually got lifelong friends.
They learn
So-
how important
Oh
it
yeah.
is.
So I guess the big thing that I really, really love the most is those connections and seeing that change, and know that when people go,
Yeah.
they're going to follow on and have these lifelong friends. That they have not had before. They've never ever had people understand what they're going through, but they've got that, and those connections are, I guess, is what's the most amazing thing. And and just meeting such amazing people like these. Oh my gosh, some of these young carers are just so they're so resilient and intelligent, and they're like these little, mature heads on these tiny little bodies, and it just floors you every time. Their knowledge and their expertise at such a young age. So yeah, I think that's what is just amazing about it.
I want to answer the next question. So my next question is, what is your most favourite activity to do on the carers retreat?
Well, what's yours?
And mine is drumming.
Oh, there you go.
I have
There you
never
go.
ever touched a drum in my life, and it was so cool. I still, this was 3-4 months ago,
Yeah.
and I've still got the
It is that drumming workshop. It's just it's life-changing, isn't it? I mean, it
I
just
loved
makes
it. It was
goes,
like-
yeah, people think I can't
was
drum,
like-
but it just releases, doesn't it? It just releases all that
Yeah.
tension. It just makes you feel so
I know, I
good.
got so into it and
and
just
it vibrates.
lost in the rhythm.
It just
and
vibrates through your whole body. I love watching
It's-
people do it.
the
Yeah, I love-
vibration
yeah.
and the energy is just crazy.
Oh,
So-
absolutely. And I guess I love that. All our activities, we have the most amazing therapists out here. We have art therapists, you know, we have music therapists, we have photographers come out and do photography with the kids just to show them how to use their phone to make some amazing photographs. And kids love it, doing stuff that they don't get a chance to do. But my favourite is actually doing the meditations.
Yeah.
And just seeing people just stop and you can see their whole body just relax,
yeah.
and they let go, and they just let go of all that shit that they've been carrying, and just let go of all that stress and that tension. And probably the next one will be walking down the creek and sitting down the creek, and we'll take down our, you know, like our little, you know, the bell thing. We'll take that down. The Tibetan bowls, and just it's just amazing just to see that. I love that. And the connections, you know, like that they make through that. So
if you had one message for our viewers, what would it be?
I guess look, obviously most of your viewers would be carers, and I guess the one message that really, really they need to know is how amazing that they are, how amazing that these carers are, and how they you know, they're the most significant person in the person's life that they're looking after, so they need to look after themselves. That's a big, big thing, I know. It's a big, big thing for people to actually do. But really, you know, they need to know that they actually do have to look after themselves. And if you are if you are really struggling and you're not coping, look, really, it'd be great if you could just come out here, even though you think you probably don't deserve it, or you're too guilty, you can't get away. It's believe me, it's worth it. You'll come out, you will just feel so renewed. You will just be energized. And you'll meet some people that are in similar situations that you can talk to. So we have counsellors on site the whole time we're here, but we're finding that, you know, carers are their best form of counselling anyway, just for talking.
Support, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So if our viewers would like to register for one of your programs,
Yeah,
how would
definitely.
they go about that?
Yeah, they can go to our website. They can call us. Do you want me to give those details, or will you put that in the post? So
yeah, I
you
can
call us, and our phone number is on the website. So if you go to www.thecarersfoundation.org, there's a register link there. You can go to our Facebook page. You can actually pop your name down there if you want.
And I'll have the links in the comments.
Yep, and you can call us through there, or just contact somebody that's been here. They'll know how to ring us or call us, or we'll go through that. So.
And then if there's someone that would like to make a donation, how do they
absolutely.
go about doing that?
Absolutely, same thing. They can actually go to our webpage. There is a donate page there, or through Facebook, or you can phone up and talk to us. We can give you the bank details. But look, any organisations that if you know anybody that may be interested in collaborating or partnering with us, there's a lot of benefits for the workers. They can do workplace giving. They can either sponsor a carer to come out, or they can sponsor a group of carers to come out, or maybe they can just sort of help us with our corporate funding program that we'll be setting up to help get the new venue up and going. So there's lots of ways, for carers and corporations or just people to help to do what we're doing and continue just making such a massive difference in people's lives, and especially young carers' lives, because we're actually saving lives. These kids, like the suicide rate is quite high with these children, and we just want to inspire them and give them some support and give them, the necessary tools that they need, to be more resilient and to cope with and to know that their situation's not going to be like that forever, but they will be able to change, and they'll be able to get on with their life, and we're hoping to do that as well along the line, to do some office education programs.
Oh,
so
that would be
there's
fantastic.
Lots to do.
You are doing amazing work. What you guys are doing is extraordinary. Thank you for everything you guys do for carers.
Thank you for coming out and just doing what you're doing, because this is so important that parents, especially as children, get to see the resources that are available out there, because we get it all the time. People don't know that we exist. They don't know about us, and we're finding a lot of the carers are telling other carers about it. So that's great. We're finding and networking, and that's we're building a database that way. And carers will identify who's not coping. They'll say, "Oh my gosh, my friend, she's just not coping. She needs to come." Do that. If you know somebody, if it's not you, if it's your friend, she's about to hit the wall, she's having a massive breakdown, please, you contact her, you contact us, and register on her behalf. And I think it's
Fantastic.
fantastic, Carly, what you're
No,
doing is
thank
just
you so
amazing.
much. Like I've created this because of like 9 years ago when I first started my journey. Just had
Yep.
no idea. I didn't
No.
know what was out there. I didn't know what supports were out there. I didn't know that there was any supports.
No.
Didn't know what resources,
Yep.
information, nothing.
No, that's right.
So
And I guess by coming together in these groups, that's where you do find out new resources.
Yeah.
And being, a mum and a parent of a child with special needs, you know what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah,
So you can actually
exactly.
recommend, oh my gosh, try this, or have you tried this, or this is new, try this, or that you need that because it's a very complicated maze out there
Oh yeah,
to
it
navigate.
is.
It's really
So
complex.
to take that, that difficultness out of it.
Yes, just get some support and help each other, and I think that comes back to
Exactly.
that community spirit again, just helping each other. And I guess that's
Sure.
a big part of what
Yep.
we do.
No, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much for coming on Special Needs Supermums TV
Thanks,
and being
Carly.
our guest.
Thank
So,
you.
thank you everyone for watching. Please like, comment, and share this really important interview with any carer or any mum of children with special needs that you believe that you think will benefit from it. And also, if you're looking for some more support, please join Special Needs Supermums Facebook group. Please join in next Monday at 8 o'clock. Thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you. Bye.